Hi, this is I Allegedly. Welcome back. And I've got a good one for you today because with all the mayhem and the chaos, people are still not living within their financial means, and there's big problems. I have a special guest for you today. Rosie has come along with me. And, every now and then when us YouTubers leave the home and leave our studios and we go film, sometimes you get feedback and things like that. So I basically had to shoot this video twice for you today, which isn't the end of the world. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold Group, and I was invited to a car show and they were blaring music. And this is what the problem was, is that I found areas that were quiet to film at and there's just tremendous feedback and I couldn't use the video, which is even better because it's going to be more timely as we discuss all this stuff together. So I'm going to insert myself in the video and you guys can watch that, okay? First things first, guys, when it comes to financial numbers that we get, basically we're a month behind. So you can sit there and say, okay, this is June, we should have the financial numbers for May. No, basically the end of April is when we get these numbers. And the numbers are staggering. They thought that we were going to have credit be increased by about $11 billion. And people went gung-ho and bought everything on credit and spent a whopping $18 billion, okay? Which is nuts. It's absolutely nuts. The number is huge. Now, year over year, it's up 11%. It is completely going the wrong direction. They thought that it would go down. And again, they thought they were going to have the number of $11 billion and they got $18 billion. A year over year increase of 7.5%. Now, we talk about numbers all the time. We talk about money problems and things like that, and it's no big deal. But what you have right now that is a major issue, and we're going to talk about these riots that are going on in Los Angeles right now, and that is with Los Angeles and everything that's burning. These are not people that own businesses. These are not people that are contributing to society. Now, you can sit there and argue with me all you want about that. But, yesterday I was going to drive up there and I couldn't because of the fact that the car that they burned was from a reporter. And I was going to put my little press outfit on and go up there and film everything and show it for you guys. But no, it's insane. And I was told not to when I asked different police officers I know of, like, where's a safe spot? Are you kidding? Don't go up there now. It's chaos. They're just wreaking havoc and doing crazy things up there. So with that being said, it is absolutely out of control. And what you have right now is you have just chaos because they've called the National Guard in. And the local politicians don't like that. We can handle this. Well, if you can handle it, solve it. Now, this goes to a second part of this story that I was going to cover anyways. Come on, Rosie, let's cross here. So we're going this way today, Rosie. And that is this. And that is, come on, Rosie, we got to go this way, honey. Come on, baby. And that is, in Mexico, there is a term called remittance. And that is when people send money from the United States to foreign countries. And the biggest countries are Mexico, China, South America, Japan, and there's one more off the top of my head. There's Italy, okay, that people send money to. Well, in Mexico, in the month of April, when we have the latest numbers, they were off a staggering, think about this, over month numbers. Rosie, what are you doing? You're twisting me all up, baby. Getting all crazy, okay? The month-over-month high. Month-over-month numbers are off $250 million right now. $250 million less money was sent in April than previous months. Now, does this go to the immigration crackdown? Is that the big problem? Is that what we're learning, that people just aren't sending money and that's what's happening? Well, the president of Mexico, I think it's Maria Sheinbaum, I know her last name's Sheinbaum, she stepped forward and said, we're going to investigate this to why it's off so much. People don't have any money. People aren't working here. You know, there's a crackdown on all this stuff right now, guys. So I want to tell you guys, you know, we have a private channel, and I filmed a bunch of stuff for the private channel and put the local, uh, you know, basically riot, content on the private channel because it's just nuts right now. But I want to tell you guys, when the Rodney King riot happened, my mother, when she was alive, was a huge Dodger fan. And I took her to see the Dodgers. Come on, sweetheart, we're going, no, we're not going that way, we're going this way. And the night of the riots, my ex-wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, literally that day, got a brand new work car. Hey, look, I got a brand new work car to take supplies, and it was a big station wagon to carry tile supplies. And we drove to see the Dodgers play. And it got eerily quiet during the game, weirder and weirder and weirder. And I'll never forget, I walked out of the stadium, and there was a limo there, and there was just nobody at the gate. Understand this, it wasn't an usher saying, hey, you can't come back in. The gates were just open. And I'm like, that's really weird. Now, for those of you who've been to Dodger Stadium, it's on top of a hill, and it looks down to Los Angeles, and it was chaos. It was like a war zone. It was like out of a movie. It was everything that you remember with all the fires, and I could not count how many fires there were. It was absolutely insane what we lived through. And I'm sitting there, and I go, oh my God, I think we got to get out of here. And limo driver had his door open. We're watching, just watch this TV for a minute, and he goes, you got to get out of here. And I said, okay. So I go get my mom, get my girlfriend at the time, and we get in the car. And I like to drive up Alameda. For those of you that know that area, it's the back way, and it's faster, and you go the back way around the streets. Come on, Rosie. You go the back way, and with doing that, we start seeing people, it was really weird because the 101 freeway that you enter and drive over from Alameda was not moving. One side was completely closed and one side had no traffic. The side that we were getting on had zero traffic. And as we looked to the right, the people were on the freeway robbing people, going car to car and robbing people with various devices, okay? There were fires set in the center of the freeway, and we had an open shot. And as we look up, my girlfriend says, look, and in front of us, there were hundreds of people running at us. And that station wagon was never driven faster than that night. We burned out, we skid down the on-ramp to the 101 freeway. We got out of there, but it was absolutely insane. And we got out of there with our lives and nothing happened. If they would have caught us, they would have torched that car like they did the other cars. They would have, God knows what they would have done to my mom and my girlfriend, and they would have kicked the crap out of me. So absolute chaos, absolute chaos. But that's what you have right now in Los Angeles right now. And what you see is, burning of Waymos and all this stuff is just chaos. That's what's happening right now, guys. And will it escalate? Yes. Do I have people sending me things that I don't know if are true or not? But it is crazy right now. So something wild. Rosie's a little freaked out because we're taking a different route than normal, so she doesn't get why we're going down this street instead of our normal route. But there's more to cover on this. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. The Sell America trend has given huge tailwinds to both gold and silver right now. Now you're getting experts saying crazy numbers like $7,000 an ounce for gold. That's unbelievable. They're saying that we could easily see $40 an ounce for silver this summer, and the best place that you need to call is Patriot Gold Group. Call them today, 888-330-1431. They have done over $1 billion in sales. They have had over 10,000 transactions. They are #1 rated with Consumer Affairs for 9 years in a row. You can't argue with #1. You can't argue with success. Call them today, 888-330-1431. IRAs, 401ks backed by physical metals. Call #1 rated Patriot Gold Group today. If you don't want to call them, use the link below and let them know that I allegedly sent you. But check it out today, guys. Do it now before it's too late. Robert Kiyosaki says this is going to be the summer of the big crash. We will see. Contact Patriot Gold Group today. Now, sometimes it can be tempting to go and see different things live. Oh, wow, let's go check out how big that group is. Let's go see what they're doing. Is it as bad as they say it is? You don't want to put yourself in danger ever. Steer clear of things like that because it's not the police you have to worry about, it's the mayhem and the other people that you have to worry about and what they could do at a moment's notice. And you could get trapped there and they could, ruin your car, they could ruin your bike, your motorcycle, whatever you're on. And just get away from places like that whenever you can. Now, I get people that say, you never give us good news. Well, here's some good news for you guys. Aldi, the grocery store chain this summer, is going to lower prices on 400 items. Things you buy from fruit, vegetables, products, pasta, things like that. But 400 separate items in the stores, and they're going to lower them for the entire summer, which is amazing because this is going to save people $100 million on what they purchase on a regular basis. So based on what people have bought in the past, Aldi is going to make $100 million less. That's wild to think about. Now, the next thing is drone delivery with Walmart. Walmart says that the drone delivery has been such a success that they're going to expand it to different areas. I mean, have you guys done the drone delivery? Has anybody had something delivered via drone? Let me know. Send me, send me details of that. If you got any video of it too, send that over. But they're going to expand it right now to 5 cities to add, 100 more stores. Atlanta, Charlotte, Houston, Orlando, and Tampa. Is that wild, guys? I mean, who knew they were doing this? Now, here's the other thing, is that they're going to add 5 more states. Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and continue through Texas, because I guess they started in Dallas doing this, but it's been a raging success. And the company that does it is a company called Wing, and you can look up the story below and you can check out their website where they're talking about just how successful this whole program has been. So that's great, guys, but it's crazy because who knew that they were doing this? And if you've had any success or you've had anything delivered to you via drone, let us all know about it. Now, the next thing, speaking of Walmart, they're laying people off here in California and in Texas and in Florida. They're laying people off from their IT department. And what they're saying is the immigration changes are going to dramatically affect the ability to hire these people. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So Walmart says we have to get rid of these people. They're going to be let go between now and early August. So basically their 2-month warn filing. And Walmart has already said that they're getting rid of, think about this number, they're getting rid of this, which is a huge number. 1,500 executives are getting let go with Walmart. Wow, man. Man, oh man, oh man. One thing that we're seeing more and more of right now is the fact that people cannot afford to buy homes. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I read a great article out of Newsweek talking about how it is the Groundhog Day for mortgages, where we wake up and you think you're going to have something better, and it's just you're trapped, and it's trapped over and over and over. If you have a mortgage under 6.89%, that is a good mortgage right now. Now think about it. People have twos right now that bought their stuff in 2020 and 2021 when you saw those record lows. And with that, they're gone. They're done. They're gone. Now, go to this story in New Jersey. New Jersey has dozens of suburbs, large cities with over 10,000 people, where you have more renters than you do homeowners. And cities I've heard of too, which is wild. So 39 New Jersey suburbs with population of more than 10,000. And they're all close to New York. Places like Harrison, Union City, West New York, Passaic, Elizabeth, and are among the top 20 households that have more renters than you do homeowners. Now, again, it's going to be, you're going to see this more and more often. And don't write me and say, you will own nothing and be happy. I'm sick of that, because I think everybody wants to own something. Do you not want to own your car? You want to make payments for the rest of your life? No, you want to own something. Now, the next thing is, the guy that runs the New Surrett, he's known as Salt Bay. He's got the ponytail, and he became famous in 2017 when he started making the videos. Let me get the guy's name right, because everybody loves this guy. This guy had at one point 23 restaurants, and now he's closing more. Los Angeles, his Beverly Hills location, and he's going to be down to 2. Miami and New York are going to be the only ones open. So, God, the guy just absolutely. Nusret Goxi was the chef. He did the salt-based stuff, which would drop the salt off his forearm, which I thought was ridiculous. What was more ridiculous were the prices. Now, I've been to Peter Luger's, been to the one in Vegas a few times. I've treated people and bought people there, and it is incredibly expensive to go to Peter Luger's. And the funny thing about Peter Luger's is I thought it was pretty good. But this guy's steaks, he's got $500 steaks on his menu, and you wonder why people can't afford that. That is the problem right now, guys. Who wants to go out to dinner and have that experience with some guy rubbing food off his arm, So you're seeing more and more and more of this. So now, one thing that we have talked about a lot is your privacy and making sure that your data is safe and things like this. And we all hate spam text messages, spam phone calls, spam emails, spam everything. It is crazy right now because they say the largest number of spam is coming from mortgage lenders. When you apply for a mortgage, when you apply to see what you're going to qualify for, these people have little security, and that data is getting out there to the bad guys. Well, that's horrible, guys. I don't want to hear that ever. Ever, ever, ever. I want this to stop. I want it to stop for all of us. I pushed that VPN so long, and it's great. It's fantastic. But if somebody else is doing harm to us, they need to be stopped. My son and his friend went into a Mexican restaurant. Buddy puts his wallet on the table, and they turn their back to grab their food, and the guy grabs the wallet and runs out the door. When he runs out the door and hops in his car, he takes the air tag out of the wallet and tosses it. And needless to say, they have cameras and stuff like that, but they had to call the cops, and the kid felt real stupid. But again, protect yourself, guys. Protect yourself, because it's happening more and more and more right now, and more. There's just no two ways about it right now. AI is going to play such a major role in all of our lives, and people don't realize how there's going to be so many jobs that are going to be eliminated. And I get people say, oh, they're not going to dig holes, they're not going to be able to do this, they're not going to be able to pick our food, blah, blah, blah. I get all this stuff. Well, I knew a guy that worked on a blueberry farm and wants to buy a blueberry farm and a pecan farm right now, and he reached out to me. And they have a piece of machinery right now that the blueberries go down this line, and AI sensor will determine which ones are green, which ones are bad, which ones are not the right shape, and just toss them to the side. And normally it takes 8 people to do this. Now, here's the thing about this. 8 people. 8 people to go through your blueberries to see which ones are good over which ones are bad. That's wild. This normally has an 8% loss of all your blueberries when you have this normal system. Right now with this new system, using AI, it costs $50,000 for a season, and the season's just about to end. So it's basically half a year, $50,000 to rent this thing, and you have 1% loss now, 1%. So 50 grand, getting rid of 8 employees, one person stands there and watches this thing, and they just saves all this time, packaging and everything for you. Isn't that unbelievable? So again, guys, you're going to see more and more of this AI stuff that's going to take over, and you guys should use it. You should use it for writing, you should use it for everything. Don't forget, we just sent an email out, so check your spam filter. And you know, I'm always working, I'm always busy, but I always want to know what you guys want on that. And you know, we have that private channel. If you on the email list, the cool thing is you're going to get access to some of the private videos. We're going to give you guys kind of a teaser on what's on that private channel, so you can see what the uncensored content is like and if you like it or not. Okay? What did somebody say? It was salty. I have salty language on that. Okay? So let me know what you think. I'm going to end this video with this last story. And this is kind of wild because I hate to hear about any business going out of business. And you had a celebrity chef out of Miami that went down for the count, Adrian Calvo. I'll get back to that in a second. But this article that they wrote about her had just some amazing stats in it, and I have to read this to you. I tell everybody to start a business. You know, get your side hustle. What's your passion? What do you know about? Among private sector businesses in the US, 21.5% fail in the first year. You don't have a plan, you're going to plan to fail, you know? 21.5% fail in the first year. That's wild. And after 5 years, the news gets bleaker with 48.4% of them that are down for the count at that point. Now you're kind of thinking, okay, if I make it past 5 years, I'm going to be good. No, that's not the point. After 10 years, 65% of those businesses, 65%, are done. Okay, isn't that wild, guys? That's a lot. Now, you look at Adrian Calvo, who had 5 Miami restaurants. And again, do you need 5 locations? Or could you have done it just one? I've told you guys this story. I had the burger guy that was doing like 1.6 million in sales and had to open up 5 locations and then went bankrupt and is gone. He's done. Greatest burger place in the world. You know, it was $16 burger that my kids would beg me to take them to, and we would go because just the quality of the food was great. But he's done. Couldn't handle living and being rich on 1.6 million in sales. So Adrian wrote 5 cookbooks. You know, started when she was 22, 18 years later. Okay, so she made it past even the 10-year mark. And she's bankrupt, which is sad, guys. It's absolutely sad. But, you know, you're not the only one having a difficult time. Okay? Remember that. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And you want to email me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you very soon.